Assalamu alaikum. For you to know me better, I'll tell you two fact story about me. One, I love sleeping in moving vehicles like cars and airplanes. I really love it. Like I can go to the US like with a single sleep, 14 hours, and I like that. Two, in my free time, I like to open the world map, stare at it. I plan trips to myself. I know I won't go, but I plan trips. Places to go, things to do, food to be tried, and all that stuff. I think I'm not the only weird here. Do I? Anyone like to do that? Thank you very much. I think that's because we love traveling. But the question is not about we love traveling. The question is why. Why do we travel? We know that animals, they travel for basic needs, for a shelter, for a food. It's not fancy stuff. But for us, we have a great reason to travel. We cross the world, we go to new countries, try new food. We spend a lot of money doing that. But why? Have we thought about it? For me, we travel for a greater need. We travel to fulfill our curiosity, the curiosity that push us to explore the unknown, to enjoy our diversity. I grew up in a small town in Chinas, where a couple of families live together. They are creating their own world. They share the place, the belief, and the culture. After university, I got the chance to work abroad, and I traveled a lot, and I really like it. For me, it was a life-changing experience. Coming back, I wanted my family to experience such of that. So I invited my course mates to come and visit us. I invited these guys to come and visit us in Chinas to experience Eid celebration with us. It was a very heartwarming experience for them and for us as a family. My family, they loved it. My mom, she asked us to draw a world map in a huge wall in the house. But because we are a big family, we can't travel together. I have 10 siblings. I mean, half of them is here, covering the second row. But we can't travel together. But we can open our hearts and doors and invite the world to our home. And that's what we did. Since then, we've been hosting people from all over the world. We've hosted more than 200 people in our house. Each time, it feels different. It feels unique. It's like traveling to a new culture, but right from your home. And this is changing the industry. We get to know that traveling is not just about sightseeing and checking countries off of your bucket list. People, they want authenticity. They want to feel belonging. They want to build emotions. This need is changing the industry. Experience-based and like a local traveling is a rapidly growing trend in this industry. It's growing more than the tourism itself. Last January, I was part of Oman 2040 Vision Team. We've discussed about our nation challenges, and we put a vision for our country to 20 years ahead. One of the challenges that we discussed was to reduce our way of depending on oil. And one of the sectors to be improved is tourism. And because of my experience in that, I was very excited about it. It was a very interesting topic to me. But I asked myself a question in that period. Who is creating tourism? The first answer was government and tourism companies. But do they? Does government create tourism or regulate it? Do tour operators create tourism or operate it? Reflecting back to our experience of hosting people, we found out that yes, the government and the tour operator, they are marketing for the tourism in Oman, making it possible. But locals are creating the real tourism. And let me explain that. We, as individuals and societies, we create the tourism by creating more reasons for tourists to visit us, to experience our culture. Muhammad, he decided to renovate his family's old house and turn it into Nuzul for people to homestay. He created more reasons for tourists to visit Misfat Al-Abriyin. Uncle Abdullah, he created a tour for people to come and experience the way he's making the rose water. He created more reasons to visit the Jabal Akhdar. The yard chip in Sur created more reasons for people to visit Sur. People doing their jobs, selling at souks like Nizwa and Matrah, they are creating more reasons for people to visit these places. My family and I hosting people in our house, creating more reasons to visit. We create the tourism. And that pushed me to think, how can I increase this effect? How can I enable other families to join and contribute in that? Thanks to the technology and the shared economy concept, we started a platform called Zayr, where visitors can come and book home-cooked meal with a local family at their dining table. It's basically a two-sided system where locals can apply to become a host and then create their own experience. On the other hand, travelers can review all the experiences and book one based on their food preferences, location, or host interest. Locals start providing a different type of experience. Like home dining, you go visit a family for a dinner or lunch. Cooking classes where you put your hands on and learn how to cook with them. Food tours, food events, and more. We were amazed by this trial. More than 90 families applied to become a host. More than 110 visitors had already experienced this. One thing we realized by doing this, that before the experience, people will start asking about the food, the location, the dates, what to wear, and all that stuff. But right after the experience, they will be talking about the family, their kids, the decoration of the house, the clothing, the similarities in the cultures and the differences. So food was just the reason to gather. But what stays forever is the human connection. And that's the thing that we need to invest on. And I lived that in one of the experiences. It was a big group coming from France to visit one of the small families that we have in Muscat. So I decided to go and join them, to just help the family. It was a very interactive experience. The family, the wife, Khalsa, she was doing a great job in explaining everything, taking care of everyone. She was telling them how to drink the coffee, how to do this and that, and explaining all the traditional food and its ingredient. It was a very nice experience. After the experience, the group leader, he stood up and he thanks Khalsa for the amazing experience. And he said, "This is our first time here in the Middle East. And our first time here in Oman. And today is our first day in this country. In a couple of hours, we found ourselves surrounded by locals at their home. In 2 hours, these 2 hours changed whatever we received from the media about this place forever." And I was sitting in a corner. I was in tears. I really couldn't help it. How can we change like years of what the media is telling about this part of the world in just 2 hours by really putting them with locals. Locals are enjoying it as well. It's a great opportunity to make friends, to represent your culture, and to make it as a source of income. This is Yunus. He is a professional beekeeper for 20 years. He started hosting travelers to his farm, and then he invested in building accommodation in the farm, and he rented. He is using international platforms to market for himself, and then he invested more. He make a organic farming and halwa making process in his farm. He's full-time doing this now, and he has great plans to expand and offer more and more. What I'm trying to say is, we all part of the solution. Our country future depends on us. It's connected by our behaviors. Very small details can make huge differences. A smile from you can create a tourism. You cleaning the beach can create an economy. You wearing your dishdasha can create a culture. And that's exactly what we want to invest on. You know why? Because it fulfilled the reason why we travel. It speaks to the humanity in us. And that's a long-term investment. I will leave you with a quote from Ihsan, an Indonesian traveler who experienced this. After the experience, he said, "I was looking for food, but I got a family." Thank you.